So, I'm sitting just outside my hotel here, just outside Apple Park. The Apple event just got over. 8 new products got launched. I was just getting multiple thoughts in my mind. And I thought, why not share it with everybody in a kind of a vlog? This is just me, I think, just ranting and just thoughts in my mind. So many things. For instance, 8 new products, but what really should be the kind of people that should upgrade, who should upgrade, what kind of iPhone user should you be, which iPhone should you be on, should you upgrade if you're an Android user? And then, the big question, why does Apple not upgrade their design? Apple AirPods Pro 2 coming after 3 years, still the exact same design. iPhone's pretty much the same. The watches look almost the same. This is a company that is the richest tech company in the world. They could, if they wanted, they could be the Zara of technology. They could have a new design for their products every week if they wanted. They can hire and employ the best designers, industrial designers, tech designers in the world. Why do they not do it? And then about this incremental feature thing, everything is, slow and steady. So let's take it one by one. Let me put all this down. Let's start off with the iPhones and let's talk about the 14 and the Plus. So 14, not too many changes in that phone, almost exactly the same as it was before. A slight improvement in the camera, a slight improvement in the battery life. And again, Apple this time did not say how much is the improvement. They just said all-day battery life. Makes me very nervous and suspicious as to what is it really? How much have they really improved? Normally, they talk about battery life by saying, 6 hours more than the previous version. This time they haven't done that, so makes me suspicious that is it really a big improvement? The Plus is an interesting phone now. Apple has declared it to be the best battery life iPhone, way better than even the 14 Pro Max. So interesting things out there, but nothing to really set the stage on fire. So who should buy it? If you're on the 12s, I think this might be a good time. If you're on 11, absolutely. But if you're on 13, I see no compelling reason to buy it other than those that want to buy a Plus. Then let's move on now to the Pro versions of everything. 14 Pro and the Pro Max. Again, 5 or 6 different things. The colors are interesting, the 48 megapixel sensor. But again, I want to talk about the 48 megapixel sensor. That's really a pro feature. You're not really going to be using it if you're just a casual hobbyist photographer, because that really is where shooting in pro raw, if you want to then do some post-processing to the picture. So it's not really for you if you actually are a person that is just a hobbyist. You're not going to be able to use much of it. It's there. You'll get some incremental changes like the 2x zoom and everything else. But other than that, it's not really that big a game changer as you're really thinking it's going to be. But there are other, that pill-shaped thing made into a feature, the notch not being out there, the incredible brightness of a 2000 nits brightness when you go out in the sun, 1600 nits in HDR. These are big changes and it's very obvious when you see it. The A16 Bionic chip, again, game changer in every way. But again, they only said all-day battery life. So again, quite suspicious. All-day battery life, what? 10 minutes more, half an hour more? That again makes me suspicious. But it's the price point then that is pretty staggering. 1,30,000, 1,40,000 rupees for phones. I think it's getting very expensive, and a lot of people keep asking, why is the conversion from US to India so much? You can get it for about, in the 80,000, 90,000 years and 1,40,000 back in India. Makes a big difference. Usually Apple would do a conversion of whatever is the dollar rate into 100. This time they've gone to 110, 120. So again, something to think about. These are expensive phones. Should you be buying them? Now let's just talk about the design, right? Why do they keep going with, let me show you. Now, which phone do you think this is? Well, you wouldn't know. It could be a 12, 13, 14. You wouldn't know because the phone looks exactly the same as anything else that you would have bought 2 years back, 3 years back also. I think this is something where Apple played the right game, but they're overdoing it now because the design, that excitement when you buy something new must come every year. I know that the biggest users of Apple are ones that want comfort. They don't want a new learning curve. They don't want anything difficult. But 3 years, the same exact phone other than colors is not exciting enough. So I think this game that is being played by Apple needs to change. I think it'll be interesting if Apple can absolutely understand how design, from the way you get the box, you open it, you actually take it out there, and everybody talks about it, you are excited. That game needs to be played now. It's been too long now that they've been doing this. The competition is doing things in 6 months, and you're not doing it in 3 years. And speaking of 3 years, AirPods Pro 2. So first, let's talk about what all are the changes in it. The speaker that they put on the case, smart. You lose it, inside a sofa. You leave it, slips behind a table. You can now activate a sound and find it. Great. Lanyard, very, very nice, right? 2x noise cancellation. I'd love to see it happen. If it is, fantastic. The adaptive part of the transparency, if you're out in this, the sound, ambient sound is too loud, like they gave a person with a drill as an example, fantastic. Better battery life, always good. Better sound, slightly, always good. But here's where I am, should I be more dramatic? Here's where I am totally disappointed. Apple came up with lossless audio, high-res audio, and they don't have a single product that can actually play lossless audio. And the biggest rumor, and one that I think is like, it's blown my mind that they don't have it on the brand new AirPod Pro. It's a Pro. When else will you have lossless audio? I'm shocked that doesn't have it. Again, 27,000 rupees, the competition is caught up. It's not like 3 years back when they were really the only players in the game. And then the watches. I think that's the most exciting part. I'm not going to talk much about the Series 8 and the SE. Pretty standard stuff. Again, which one do you think this is? You will not know. But I think the Ultra is awesome. It's also awesomely priced. You're going to spend 90,000 rupees to get the best Apple Watch. Bigger screen, bigger battery, amazing functionality, things that you could not do before you can do now. But 90,000 rupees, that's a lot. So, I told you, this is just me kind of mulling a lot of thoughts in my mind as to, why does Apple do what it does, and why does it still have such a cult following? I've answered that question many times before. I'd love to hear from all of you. So many questions I've raised out here, so many thoughts that I had in my mind. Just wanted to just run it by all of you and find out, what do you think about all the 8 products, about Apple not changing design, about Apple being, small incremental advances that they do. I'd love to hear from all of you. This is Rajiv Makhni, sitting outside Apple Park in his hotel with his thoughts.